Hari Om. So, to continue with 259 of the Bhagavad Gita, which we have seen in the previous session. And what is the verse, if you remember? Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param hrastva nivartate. So here we have clearly understood that a man who is wise and rejects the sense objects and withdraws the senses becomes free from the sense world. Correct. The longing or taste of them still remains in the body, in the sense in the mind and in the body. Even this longing can be removed only when self is perceived. Correct. In the sense, he very clearly says that when the cravings of the sense pleasures becomes less and less, then the weaker it becomes. The weaker the cravings for the sense pleasures, the greater is the experience of the self, in a nutshell. So now, in the previous session, we concluded saying that we will see two, three technical words like moksha, pratyahara, etc. Correct? Atma. Okay. Now, what we are supposed to understand is first we will see what is moksha. Moksha has different meanings under different contexts. One can be called as liberation. So, what is liberation? Liberation is rising above the ups and troughs of the life, the ups and downs of the life, the pairs of opposites of the life. Correct? In a sense, happiness, sorrow, heat and cold, sad and glee, whatever it is, rising above. Other thing, moksha is realizing one's true nature, or moksha in the sense going to the other worlds and staying there. We have different terminologies, but here what we are supposed to understand is Janma Rahitya, in the sense plan in such a way and act and execute so that again we will not come back to this world of mundane, carnal living of flesh and blood, taking the birth in the mother's womb, staying there for 9 months in between filth. Yeah, how it is filth? Where is the womb situated? The womb is situated in between the two kidneys and the intestines. Correct? What do you find in the intestines and the kidneys other than filth or shit in the colloquial language? Stinking all the time. Should we suffer all that again and rise above the toil between the birth and the death is moksha. That we are supposed to aspire for and aim for. And how does that happen? How do we get moksha? Only when we follow pratyahara. Of course, there are different styles. Some people take pujanam, kirtanam, japam. Yes, all these are the methods to purify the mind so that the craving for the carnal world diminishes. Pujyam, you worship, have an idol. Today is Sankashta. Hmm? So worship the Lord Ganapati who brings down the hurdles in the growth of it can be the spiritual or anything. Right? Pratyahara is to withdraw. Withdraw what? Today is Ekadasi, so I am withdrawing from food. Fasting from grains, in that also they are very, very tactful. Some people they say, today I am fasting from grains. What do you mean? No, no, rice and wheat I don't have. I have, what do you call poha and dasgase, payasam, sabaki or rice pudding. Rice pudding is again probably, milk pudding, okay, when you put it that way. Hmm? Or I have dry fruits, wet fruits, means fresh fruits, I mean wet fruits. That is not what you call. Today is Maunam. Every full moon and new moon, I observe full silence, no talking. Even in good olden days, they said that Anabdhyana, Amavasya, Paurnami, and these days, Padya means there is Anadhyana. Anadhyana means they are not supposed to study, touch the books. In the sense, no books, no study, no chanting, no talking. Just close your eyes and internalize the subjects that you have studied. We call as mananam technically, right? To contemplate on what we have studied. It's called as revision in the modern world. So here, pratyahara is withdrawing the senses. So we know senses are of 10 divided into two categories, senses of action and senses of perception, right? So here withdrawing, for example, if I take the sense of mouth has two activities. One is karmendriya, it speaks. Other one is jnanendriya, it gives knowledge. That is, taste is the knowledge that is given. So today I am fasting through my mouth in the sense I am not talking, I am not eating, I am not drinking, but for Tulsi Tirtham. Of course, exceptions are there. Children, pregnant women, senior citizens who are in Vanaprastha ashram, sick people, yes, exceptions are there where you can eat. Hmm? And again, you see, what we are supposed to understand is Maunam physical is one and Maunam psychological is one. For example, you want to convey something to someone very urgent and you are in Maunam and you keep on gesturing for half an hour, doing all actions, getting frustrated, making the other person also get vexed because he's not understanding what we are saying. Instead of such Maunam, just speak one word, make him understand. So half an hour is saved. Some small fine-tuning adjustments are required, right? And not to see unwanted mix. So Maunam we have to take. Other one is eyes, fasting from eyes. Don't watch TV. Don't go for movies, movies. Just close your eyes as far as possible. Close your eyes and be awake. Not closing your eyes and sleeping. Close your eyes and be awake. Be watchful towards the thoughts. And think that the thoughts that arise are not you. They are different from you. Again, from the ears, Maunam. Don't involve in unwanted gossip. Don't hear things that are not required. If anybody wants to say something, say, please, thanks. I don't want. Make it very clear. Short, crisp, clear, and sweet. Right? Don't hear. Of course, smell is one where we can't stop our nose. If they are cooking something, for example, for Sankasti, they are making a prasad, that fragrance comes. Yes. Skin, again, these are the two things which are always open. Correct? Skin, the feel of heat and cold, the touch. Yes. As far as possible, withdraw everything. Become a private person for a day. Just observe. It happens. Once this happens, then the realization possibility is there. Realizing the true self, that we are not the body, not the mind, not the intellect, but we are that which is permanent, the Atman, which is beyond the birth and death. So, unless and until we realize our true self, things are not going to work. Abstaining may work for some time, but again it comes back. Abstaining might work for some time, but again it comes back. Therefore, the seed has to be burned. For that, dispassion is required. In the sense, dispassion towards smaller and passion towards higher. That is what is required. Right? With this, I'll conclude today's talk here. Thanks for being with me. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru.